Welcome back. If you watched my previous video, only 70 of you did. Um, I don't know, probably less than that, I think. Who knows? A couple bots out there. But yeah, I figured I'd make a video. I usually like to do something like this every half or every quarter. I don't know. Looking back at my net worth, and yeah, I felt like I kind of hit a cool milestone this year for my 30th birthday. I was able to get up to a $400,000 net worth, and this is all liquid net worth. I don't own any real estate, so this is all just kind of cash positions. And honestly, I wasn't able to link one of these accounts that I have to Credit Karma. My like HSA investment account for some reason won't connect, and so that has another 5 grand in it, give or take a little bit more. So I have actually surpassed the 400,000 mark, um, which I'm extremely excited about. I feel like it's honestly, when I look back on it, it hasn't been that long of a journey, under 10 years, I guess, since I actually have had any money in my pocket. But yeah, so I'm also kind of whispering into this microphone because I'm in a hotel for work and I feel weird talking about this here, but so be it. Keep moving forward. So yeah, my kind of plan for this video was just to kind of go through some of the decisions I made that helped me get to this point. Go through like what my income's been over time, and yeah, some key takeaways that I feel like have helped me get here, and um, maybe some things that I need to continue to strive to do better and all that, to continue to save even more, and hopefully double my net worth or triple or whatever. So honestly, I when I look back at the past 5-6 years, I think the major um, I don't know, catalyst to getting to this net worth was making a decision for college. And so when I was originally applying back, like when I was like 17 or whatever, um, I had no idea what the hell I wanted to do with myself. I didn't know what I wanted to do once I graduated. But I applied to some different schools, and honestly, like there were schools that I ended up getting into that were 60 grand a year. It was something or more. And I also applied to some state schools where, what do you know, the cost annual tuition was under 10 grand, give or take, something in that area. And I have to thank my mom again. I feel like I bring her up once a video, and I mean, I only have 2 videos, including this, so 100% right now. But yeah, my mom was like, listen, if you go to a school like that, like you're going to accrue a lot of debt. And like you don't even know what you want to do with yourself. Like you can have a great education at one of these state schools. That's a very comparable uh, education with the same degree, and you will have a lot less money to pay off afterwards, or none, depending on like jobs during the summer and all that. And so I ended up making the decision to go to a state school, and I feel like it really all stems from that. There was really no point in going for one of those fancy private schools that, might look cool to your friends or whatever, but like you just get thrown underwater in debt. So I ended up going to a state school, and I went into more of a science field. And then that question got brought right back up. I ended up going into more medical background, and I thought about becoming a vet. And so by the time I got to senior year of college, I was really closing in on it, and I was like, do I apply to vet school? And I wasn't entirely sold on it. So I was looking into it, and what do you know? It's like the average cost of vet school is 200 grand. So like, and the average income when you come out of vet school is like 65. So it, again, I had that sort of like realization, like, holy crap, I could be swimming in debt. And I'm not even 100% sold at this point that I want to continue down this vet path. So I started looking into other avenues forward, what I could do with my degree. I saw that there could be some sales positions in sort of that medical space that could pay pretty well. But I still felt like I needed to kind of give myself a chance. And so I graduated college. I moved home to try to save some money up. When some of my friends were going into the cities and instantly spending money, I decided to go home and, yeah, save money, pay off anything that I owed on cars or anything like that, and college, and um, yeah, try to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. And so I ended up originally going to work at a vet, and I was more of like a veterinary assistant, but my salary for the year was 35 grand. Wasn't investing in anything, but it gave me an opportunity to start to save some money up, and pay off anything that I owed, and just made sure that I was kind of in a stable position, which I was extremely fortunate enough to be in that sort of position. And I also realized I didn't want to become a vet. So I got out of that field, and I went back and I realized, yeah, all right, let's see if I can get any sort of sales position. And maybe I'll make more money. You never know. And I won't have to go and get a lot of debt and go to school for a few more years. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up getting a job in sales with an income or a salary of $50,000, and a commission structure, as well as a 401k and a Roth IRA within my company. The 401k had a 3% employer match. And yeah, my commission was variable over the time that I was with that first company. But, after my first year, I had a good year. I asked for more percentage points for my commission. And the next year I had a good year and I asked for more. So I continued to ask for more commission on top of my salary, which just helped kind of boost my income over time. And then I did change jobs in 2023 to a new company that I thought I was going to learn a lot more about the field. And it didn't hurt that I felt like I was going to make more money over time. So it was kind of a double whammy in that sense that, I felt like I was going to be happier, learn a lot more, and make more money. Kind of a win-win-win. And so that's what I've been in ever since. I've enjoyed it. So you look back kind of at my income over time. I started at that $30,000 and, switched into that sales role and continued to fight for more commission, changed positions. And I've been extremely fortunate, extremely lucky to be in the position that I'm in. I'm extremely grateful for it. But this is how my income's changed over time, over the past 5 years. And I think the major thing when I look back on these 5 years was that, I made sure that I wasn't adding any sort of debt to my life. I didn't have that sort of lifestyle creep that everyone talks about. I wasn't spending all my money. I wasn't buying like a brand new car. I wasn't like racking up a bunch of credit card debt or going on these crazy fancy vacations or anything like that. I did buy a car, I think in like 2020 or 2021, I forget which year, but I bought a used car, and my car previous, I ran it till it wasn't running anymore. And then with this new used car that I got, I paid it off. I paid almost all cash for it, and paid off the remainder over like a few months to a year. And I plan on driving that until it falls apart, and then I'll do the same thing with the next one. So I kind of feel like I've done a decent job of making sure that my lifestyle inflation hasn't happened in my life and hasn't crept in. I don't need to go out and buy like new shoes every week or anything like that. I wear my shoes until they're just like my car, falling apart or disgusting to look at, and I get yelled at to buy new shoes. Things like that. So I think that's a major difference. But so sort of the main takeaways when I look back on this was, first things first, invest some money. I definitely couldn't be here with the cash. I have way too much cash on me, honestly, and like it's kind of sickening to look back and be like, I made $3 on interest when I could have been making like hundreds or whatever. But yeah, invest in your 401ks and your Roth IRAs every year. Invest at least something. I mean, I started off like just matching the employer match. Then I went up to 6%, and then I went up to 10%. And this year, I think, is actually going to be my first year that I actually max it out. But I, yeah, take advantage of that employer match and like pay your future self first. Like it's so much easier to spend the money if it's in your pocket. It's a lot harder when you realize you have to jump through 17 hoops and then get taxed again by pulling it out of a 401k early. I'd rather just my future self be kind of happy and pumped up with what I did at 25 or at 30. Number two, live below your means. I feel like I've already kind of said this, so like just don't buy the latest and greatest car, gadget, like whatever the like new AI sunglasses are coming out, or like the new phone or anything. Like use your stuff until it doesn't work anymore. That's kind of my mindset. Um, like expenses are going to come up, and you're going to have to pay for things, but like you just because it's 2 years old doesn't mean like it doesn't work anymore. It's fine, in the phone case or whatever. And obviously like still go out and have fun. I still spend money on stupid things, but like I make sure it's just not that much and make sure that I'm saving a lot more. And then pay off debts, loans as soon as possible. I'm really happy, A, that I went to a cheap school, but like B, I was fortunate and able to move home and focus on paying some of that off, any sort of debts or loans. And same thing when I had to get a new car, like pay all that stuff off as soon as possible. And something that I always kind of hold myself accountable for is like don't carry over any sort of credit card payments. Like I virtually look at a credit card like it's a debit card. So if I can't instantly pay it off, I don't buy it. Yeah, that's sort of my mindset with it. And then understanding the financials of whatever field you're applying to work in, and adjust your lifestyle and your education choices accordingly. If you're going to go into a field that makes $30,000 a year, don't be going to hang out with all your friends that make $100,000 a year that are like going on these crazy parties. Like maybe reevaluate, find something else to do that might pay you more, or even if like you're making 30,000-40,000, is there room for you to grow? Right? Like can you get to that management position or whatever that makes 70,000? And like go still hang out with your friends. That was a little rough, but like make your choices wisely. You don't have to go to every single event that everyone else goes to just because like you're going to have a ton of FOMO. You can sit on the sidelines here and there and make sure that like you're taking care of yourself first. And then same thing with education. I mean, I really do think that like the biggest shift was choosing a school that was way cheaper, a state school that was way cheaper, that had great educations. And like I still had the great education from it, but like I didn't amass $300,000 in debt. So I really do look back on that, and that was definitely the biggest reason why I got to the net worth that I've gotten to at this point in my life. And then this is something I need to work on, but I think that would be good for anyone that wants to try to grow their net worth, is like understand your spending habits, know where you're spending your money. There's always some sort of money that's leaking out. And so I kind of briefly showed it in my last video, but that's something I'm going to be looking at a lot more moving forward. So I've started to kind of track everything that I'm spending, and I don't necessarily have to do it every month, but like if I do it for a few months, like I'll know where I'm spending stupid money and where I could probably pull back and invest or something like that and have that money actually work for me, and yeah, go from there. So I pulled in like a quick graph that I just went on NerdWallet. I mean, even if you're starting from $1 in savings and you're just able to find a way to save $200 a month at like high yield savings accounts, they can bring in 4.5%, I feel like, at this point. But if you're saving $200 a month, that's just like some coffees, not buying a new pair of shoes, not buying a couple new pairs of clothes, not going out to like one expensive dinner in that month and just making stuff at your house. Like, you're able to save up a lot of money over time. And same thing when like you look at a 401k or anything. If you're contributing a couple $100 a month to this and paying your future self, if they're pulling in 8%, when you retire, this like at 30, if like say I even went to 65, it'd be even higher. But like that money's just waiting for you and ideally like making your future self way happier, and you'll feel like you're in a better position. So yeah, that's kind of my story. I think sort of my mindset on how I've gotten to this position. I've definitely done a lot of things wrong. I probably could have a higher net worth. I also could have done things that led to a smaller net worth, and way less money. But yeah, I'm happy with kind of where I'm at right now, and yeah, I'll keep you guys updated as we go forward, maybe like every half or something like that, and see what sort of changes there are to this. So yeah, I think that's it for this one. If you could like the video, maybe subscribe if you want to see more stuff. I'll be creating more of those dividend portfolio videos and talking about what I'm investing in and all that moving forward. And then I'll do some of these net worth things, and then I'll also sprinkle in some videos of just kind of casually what I'm learning, because I really don't know that much about investing, but I'm trying to learn more, and I'll kind of be taking what I learn and putting it into action and creating videos about that as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you liked the content in any way, please leave a comment. Feel free to just like make any sort of opinions known. I'm cool with reading anything. Subscribe, and yeah, talk to you guys soon. See ya.